This is the Traxxas slash two-wheel drive update. It's been about 3 years and 2 months now since the first video of the brand new Atomic RC parts, and I'm just trying to get some shots of the body and everything before I go into it. But they've been really good. They've held up. They haven't bent like many hobby stores told me they would. Um, and as you can see from the body, it's been roughly used. You know, the body's coming to pieces. This is the only body I've used on this truck, and you can kind of get the idea of how it was used just by looking at it. But has never really failed me. The transmission's held up really good, going through 3S batteries, no problem. Yeah, it could overheat, so you have to watch out in the hot summer, but as long as you watch it, you'll be fine. Um, Again, the parts, no bending, everything's still perfectly fine. It's just they're scratched up now and dirty, and but that's just the nature of the hobby. But yeah, everything is held up. The only problem I'm having is actually with the stock Traxxas cambers and stuff, because they seem to be loosening up, but that's not a big deal either. You could just buy new ones if I have to. But turnbuckles and all that stuff. The shock caps never came off on me, which is pretty surprising because all of the Traxxas stock caps that I've had, they've come off, especially the plastic ones. But those haven't given me a problem. The A-arms are great. I recommend them. Um, as you can see there, there's no play except for in the wheel itself. But otherwise, in there's zero play. Then get into the shocks. The shocks, they could probably use a upgrade. They're starting to get weak, but after 3 years, I mean, you gotta do some maintenance. And the ESC has been great. The only thing I don't like is the fan. The fan busted out after probably a year and a half. I used it a year on basically pavement, so it worked fine. But after getting into the dirt and grass, it just cut out, and you have to flick it for it to work now. Otherwise, it cuts out. But the axles, I don't know what they were called, MVP or something. They're great. I used to break axles left and right running 3S on this, so now I have absolutely no problems with axles. Once I put them in, I never had to look at them again. Just make sure that you Loctite all the screws and stuff. But they're great. Here I give you a view of the underside of the truck, and like I said, it's going to scratch. But I haven't had any bending problems hitting rocks, unless you're going to, drive into a rock at 60 mile an hour or so. You shouldn't have a problem. The only thing I don't like about the A-arms is that I tried a STRC steel axle, and I could not get it to work. It just binds and rubs it just wouldn't even turn. I couldn't turn the wheel by myself. So those had to come out, and I put these MIPs, I think they're called, in, and I haven't had any problems. They don't rub, or at least they don't rub anymore. They might have rubbed in the beginning for one ride, but you could file that down, and then you won't have any rubbing. But they're good, and just trying to show you a picture of the front here. You can see more scratching, but nothing is bent. There's not even really any dents in it, which is kind of surprising. And as you can see, I did change the Anaconda tires from the first video to the, I don't know what they were called, Bandits or something like that. But, and you can see they're really balded. So these are basically the only tires I used on this. The Anaconda tires from the first video I took them off 10 minutes after the first run because I could not even get them to work at the time. I didn't realize that the hex was wrong, so the tires wouldn't even get any power. So they were worthless. They got returned, brand new, and I bought these. These have been great tires. I recommend them. They have so much traction, but you're gonna burn them out if you use them on the road. But other than that, you get tons of traction, and even the wheels, or the rims, as you might say, they have held up really good. They're all scratched and everything, but they're good. They haven't had any cracks in them or anything, and I've ran into a few curbs, so that'll test your wheels setup, definitely, and all your steering parts. And again, here you can see that it's very smooth in there. I like that setup with my whole steering setup a lot better than the stock, because you would get some binding in the stock setup. Here are my wheels. As you can see, they're all scratched up, but I haven't had any problems with them. They held up really good. They're just the only problem I have with my wheels now are the like I said before, the Traxxas. I don't even know what it's called. There's a part in there that I did not replace, and that's got very loose, and all the play that you see in the tires when I turn them, that's from that one part that I didn't replace. Everything that I've replaced with the Atomic RC has no play in it. And that is my 3-year, 2-month review of the Atomic RC parts for a Traxxas / two-wheel drive. Would I recommend them? Yes, I would. They've held up very well on me, and I haven't had to replace any of them in the 3 years that I've owned the truck. That's a big thing. With stock parts, you're replacing them all the time, and I haven't had to go through this with these parts. Thank you for watching the video. If you would like a parts list, let me know, and I'll make another video for it. Also, I'm not sure what I will be doing with the truck, because it's starting to get old. I might sell it. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. Maybe build another one. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and have a good one.